Let's be honest. What we call relationships today are in a state of crisis. On one hand, we have more options than ever before in human history. The little screens in our pockets theoretically offer us millions of potential mates. On the other hand, we have a generation that has never been lonelier, more confused, or more terrified of commitment. Marriage rates are falling, the age of parenthood is being pushed back, and the concept of dating has turned into a stressful job interview or endless gamification. Why? Because there is a massive mismatch between our biology and our technology. Our brains evolved to live in small tribes of 150 people and find one or two lifelong partners. But today, we are lost in a limitless global love market. Is this just a temporary phase, or the beginning of the greatest social transformation in human history? Today, on Foggy Glass, we wipe the steam off the lens to ask an uncomfortable question. Will romance, sexuality, and the concept of family survive in the coming centuries? Or will what we call love be remembered as a primitive biological impulse of the past? For the next 10 minutes, we will set emotions aside and look at realistic, sometimes unsettling scenarios for the future of relationships, guided by data and trends. The end of the search. Algorithmic matching. The first major breaking point in the future will be in how we find partners. Today's swiping apps are just the beginning. They are inefficient, superficial, and exhaust us with the paradox of choice. In the future, the verb to search will become obsolete. By the 2050s, personal AI assistants, algorithms that know you better than you know yourself, will take over. This AI won't just look at profile pictures, it will analyze your genetic compatibility, neurological responses, past traumas, and even your likely goals 10 years from now. The positive scenario. The era of bad dates, heartbreak, and years wasted in incompatible marriages will end. When the algorithm brings you a 98.4% compatible partner, your chance of happiness will be exponentially higher than with someone you found through your own instincts. Divorce rates could drop dramatically because the margin of error will be minimized. The negative breaking point. The death of serendipity. The magic of locking eyes across a crowded bar will be replaced by cold data analysis. Worse, humans will completely lose the muscle for social risk-taking, flirting, and dealing with rejection. Relationships will cease to be a discovery and turn into a delivery service. In seeking the perfect, we may lose the human warmth of the good enough. If an AI algorithm could find your genetically and psychologically perfect soulmate with 99% accuracy, but it meant the end of organic dating and serendipity, would you use it? Why or why not? The great divorce of sex and reproduction. The second, and perhaps most radical shift, will be within biology itself. For millennia, romance, sexuality, and reproduction have been intertwined concepts. The next century will separate these three completely. Breaking point 1. Artificial wombs, ectogenesis. In the future, babies will not be gestated in the female body, but in safe lab environments, in artificial wombs. This could be the single greatest revolution in male-female relationships. Women will be completely freed from the pressure of the biological clock and the physical burden of pregnancy. Sexuality will be cleansed of the reproductive imperative, transforming into a pure means of pleasure and connection. This could be the ultimate point of gender equality. Breaking point 2. Synthetic partners. Towards the 2010s, imagine the descendants of Boston Dynamics combining with the descendants of ChatGPT. Ultra-realistic android partners indistinguishable from human skin to the touch, programmed specifically for your emotional needs. Where does this lead us psychologically? A human partner is flawed, exhausting, sometimes selfish, and can leave you. An AI partner is perfect, always there for you, and never gives you a headache. Humanity will be forced to choose between challenging real relationships and comfortable synthetic ones. Many people will choose to live with a perfect android over a complex human. This signifies the dawn of the digisexual era and potentially a dramatic decline in the human population. What about marriage? That old vow, in sickness and in health, till death do us part. The key variable here is life expectancy. If medical science extends the average human lifespan to 120 or 150 years, how realistic is it to expect a marriage made at age 30 to last for 100 years? In the world of the future, serial monogamy will become official. Perhaps marriages will turn into renewable contracts, just like business agreements. You sign a 10-year relationship contract. When the term is up, the parties sit down and decide, do we renew or do we thank each other and part ways? This may sound cold, but it could be a pragmatic solution that eliminates the trauma and legal chaos of divorce. Furthermore, the nuclear family structure may also change under economic and social pressures. In a future where loneliness is increasing, we may see chosen families or modern tribes, non-romantic but deeply rooted co-living models, where 5 to 6 adults live together, sharing children and expenses, could replace isolated couples. Conclusion: the cost of optimization. To summarize, the relationships of the future will likely be more efficient, less painful, and more independent of biological necessities. Algorithms will find us the best matches, technology will free us from the burden of reproduction, and laws will offer us more flexible unions. On paper, it looks great. But the real question is, when we remove all this friction from our lives, will we also have destroyed what makes love valuable? Because love is, in part, that risk, that uncertainty, and that irrational bond we form despite another's flaws. In the coming centuries, we face the danger of living lives that are perfectly optimized but lacking depth, comfortable but lonely. Perhaps the greatest romantic act of the future will be turning off all the technology, standing in front of someone, risking rejection, and just saying, hello. In a future with ultra-realistic androids, if your partner had a purely physical and emotional relationship with a synthetic being programmed to love them, would you consider that cheating? Where do we draw the line when the other person isn't human? Continue to clarify the future, but sometimes learn to love the mystery behind the fog. You can subscribe for more content like this. Thank you.